Hi you guys, I'm really excited to share with you how I made these flowers here. And I do want to give credit to Arlene over at My Butterfly Kisses 12 on YouTube. She made a similar flower. It's a little bit different, so if you saw her video then you'll know how it's different. It's using different flowers and a couple more petals. So anyways, it's really simple. So all you need to make this is 9 white, flowers. I got mine at Wild Orchid Craft. They're the foundation whites. I believe these are the 2-inch. And I believe Prima has some white flowers like this. I Am Roses, I think Petaloo. So there's lots of different options for where to get these flowers. Okay, and then for my flowers I used this Sunset Pink, Desert Mood Sunset Pink Glitz Spritz. This is probably my favorite pink. I love this pink. It's so pretty. So perfect for these flowers. Okay, and then you're just going to need a craft mat or something to spray your flowers on, a heat tool, and a glue gun or whatever type of glue you want to use. So we are going to start off by spraying our flowers here. Okay, let's get them all, 9 of them here. There we go. Okay, and let's shaking up the Lindy's. Okay, and we're just going to spray them really good. Okay, so because I'm going to be folding the flowers, I want to do the bottom part of the flower also, but I'm not going to spray them. I'm just going to turn them over here, and I'll show you one flower so you kind of get what I'm talking about. Just using a paintbrush, I'm just going to take the ink that's on the craft mat here and then just use it on the flower. This way you save spray. So just taking it, and the bottom doesn't really have to be perfect. They really don't have to be perfect, but I'll show you another one just so it's all covered in the pink, so no white is showing. You kind of want that shimmer on the bottom also. Okay, so I'm going to finish these up and I will be right back. Okay, so they're all nice and inked up now. I just used a paper towel to wipe off the ink that was on my mat here, because when you dry them, if you leave the ink on there, it's just going to take a little extra time to get them dry. So I'm just going to use my heat tool. And I advise to use your heat tool for this, not to let them air dry, because it might soak up too much of the liquid and it might lose part, kind of the shape of the flower, and see how it's kind of like the petals have the indentation. They might lose a little bit of that if you let them air dry. So I just heat dry them if you can. So I'm going to do that and I'll be right back. Okay, so my flowers are all dried, and what I'm going to do now is, so 2 of them you're going to layer together, just like that. Okay, I'm just going to use some of my hot glue here. And you don't need a lot at all, just, just a little bit. And then kind of stagger the petals a little bit. Give it more dimension, just like that. Okay. And then what I did was I folded 1 in half. And, well, actually 2, I'm sorry. So you add the glue in the middle, then just fold it in half. just like that. Okay, kind of not a good fold there, but I'm going to add the glue in the middle, and then just try staggering the petals a little bit. Put that in the middle there, and then same with the other one. Okay. Doesn't look like much now, but once you get it all together, it looks really, really pretty. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to fold it in half. You don't need glue for the middle part, actually. So you're just going to use some glue on one side, like that, and fold it in half, and then fold it in half again, just like that. So it kind of forms the petal like looking like that. Okay, so you're going to do 4 of those. So again, folding it in half, then adding a little bit of glue, and then folding it in half again. Okay, a little bit of glue, folding it in half. And my petals are not perfect. I mean, they don't have to be, I don't think. Flowers are not perfect, so I was going to add glue. Okay, so add glue to the side there. Okay, so we got 4. And then for this part, I add the glue to the little petal there. And then just add it just like that. Okay. I want to cover up the line where, you know, this line here, where I added the 2 flowers where they connect. And then on the opposite side there. Okay. And then a little bit more glue. Just like that. Whoops. Just like that. Okay, and at this point, my petals are actually still a little bit wet. Not completely, but I'll take my heat tool and kind of crunch them up and shape them just a little bit how I want them. And this way you can move them if it's kind of lopsided too much off one side. Heating up the glue, you'll be able to move the petals. So just gonna do that. I'm probably gonna speed through this part, so I'll show you how I do that. Okay, so I got it pretty, you know, how I want it. And for this petal here, this is going to be the middle of it. So what I do here is I just add a ton of glue in the middle of the flower on the bottom part of the flower. And then I just fold it up like this and then just scrunch it all together. If you have sensitive fingers, be careful because you will probably get glue on your hands. So maybe for this part, you want to use something like a liquid glue, not hot glue. But I use hot glue for everything, so my fingers are pretty used to it. Okay, then what I do is I take some scissors. Then I'm just going to snip off a little part of the bottom of the flower because you don't want it sticking up too much. I'm just going to snip off a little part, and we're just going to see if that looks okay. I think I might snip a little bit more off here. Okay, there we go, that's perfect. And then just add some glue to the bottom. And there you go, just like that. And you can also, instead of adding the extra flower in the middle, you can add, you know, a jewel or whatever you want in the middle of your flower. So really simple and really pretty for any project. I hope you guys like the tutorial. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask, and I'll have a link below to the Swirly Doos website, so make sure you take a look. And thanks so much for watching. Bye!